On this episode of Mismatched, we have two very special guests. The special guests have known me the longest and probably know me the best. Please welcome Rosemary and Nick Servinas, a.k.a. Mom and Dad. How's it going, guys?
Hello, how are we doing?
Welcome.
I'm excited to be here.
You guys have been all over social media. Mom a little bit less, so this is a first.
Well, I'm usually behind the camera.
You are usually
telling him what to do.
Yeah.
Take it easy there now.
So I wanted to have you both on here because, as you know, this is all about relationships and what that really looks like and what that means. And you both have set just the ultimate best example for me. And I say that to people all the time. It's really rare, I think, to come by parents who set that sort of example. Mm-hmm. And I know it probably wasn't easy, and that you have your own hardships and journey of love and what that really looks like. But you know, you've been married now for 39 years?
Mm-hmm.
39 years.
But how many years have you known one another?
Like 45 years?
Wow.
Yeah.
15, maybe more.
No, 50. I was 15.
8, yeah.
Do the math.
40, around 45, 46.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So if you may, let's take it back to the very beginning. Because your love story is so good. And everyone knows and loves my dad. And this story, sorry, Dad, but isn't your best moment.
Are we going to go there?
We're going to go there. We're going, No.
Where we're going to go, Dad?
We're going to go.
Listen,
I know.
we're teenagers.
That's what I'm saying.
We're teenagers.
But this is what I want to talk about. Okay.
And you know what?
Wait, Dad, we don't know the story yet. So let's...
You got a little excited there. Go slow down.
Okay, so let's take it back. So you both were born and raised in North York, Toronto.
Yes.
And you went to different middle schools.
No, we actually went to Pleasant View together, middle school.
Public school, like the grade schools, we didn't go to.
We didn't go to grade school. So there was like a middle school. So we were at the same middle school.
Same middle school.
A year younger in school. A year and a half younger, though. And
one school grade.
Yeah. But so I really didn't know him in middle school because you know how you kind of stick to your own age group.
Yeah, when you're younger, for sure.
Younger, right. So we met. I ended up going to high school. I didn't finish grade 9 in middle school. I went to high school. I wanted to start in grade 9 because my friends were older, my neighbors, and they were going there. So I thought, you know what, I might as well start in grade 9. So I met him when I was in grade 10. I saw him in the cafeteria, and we sat down. I'm not sure how we were sitting at the same table, and we started talking. I just thought to myself, well, not only is this guy super hot, but he's so nice. He was so sweet, and you could see he had the kindest heart. So I immediately was attracted to him.
And Dad, what were you thinking at that moment when you saw Mom?
Well, Mom's she caught my eyes right away. So she was a smoke show. So I was like, gotta get in there fast before the other vultures attack. Trust me, they circle like the vultures ready to just attack in.
I'm sure.
So we used to,
we just hang out in the caf.
Yeah, and at parties we go together.
We didn't go to many parties, not at that age. There wasn't.
We like home parties, we used to have, and so then we started dating. I wasn't really allowed to date. I was allowed to go on a group date.
Okay.
So
because your parents were
very strict. But I gave my dad the ultimatum. I'm like, do you want me to lie to you that I'm not going to see a guy just like all the girls on the street because we're all ethnic and very strict parents?
You could say you're all Italian. Okay. Yeah. And European.
European, all of European descent. And the parents were very strict. Or I said to my dad, should I go behind your back? Or I'm telling you, I am going to go on a date. So a nice boy asked me out to go to the movies. I had to go with other people, of course, too, but he was going. So he kind of just shut the door and didn't say a word. My dad's like the kindest soul, but he had a hard time adjusting to that period, right? But I didn't want to lie, right? Yeah. So anyways, and then we went on a few dates with other, his brother and girlfriend at that time, and other, I don't know who, we double dated with a lot of people, and there was a group of us that all hung out, and so and then we just started liking each other. We kind of were like an item. Okay,
that's like an OG term. No offense to you guys, but we don't say that anymore. So what, when were you an item? Does that mean he asked you, will you be my girlfriend? Is that?
Did you ask me in grade 10? Like, I don't even. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
He did. And then
Did you have like a whole thing production, or was it just like a
wasn't
casual
that. It was
ask?
just more like,
You want to go around?
Yeah,
go
that
around.
was the word.
Well, you wanna
Go around?
Yeah, do you want to go around? Yeah, that was
I don't know what that meant.
That sounds like you want to date multiple people. No?
No. Like,
That means you
we
want to
were
be
going
exclusive?
around.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's so funny. I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever heard you guys
We
say
were
that.
actually were we in the same media class, or was that that was in grade 11, I think, the same media
I think
class.
that was grade 11.
Yeah, grade 11. I took a grade 12 course that he was in, actually, and it was a media class that we both were in, so I was in that class. So let's fast forward to that year. Then out of the blue, one of my friends says to me, I was just so happy thinking everything's going so great with Nick and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, he's not the guy you think he is. And I'm like, don't say that. He's such a great guy. And you know what? I was so naive, so naive.
Yeah.
And she's like, well,
Well, he obviously gave you the confidence to feel like everything was okay.
Obviously, right? And so she's like, well, I heard he's talking to this other girl, and like, I think she was kind of pursuing him at that time. Am I right?
I don't know.
You don't want to say? Yeah, I think she was kind of pursuing him, who was good friends with one of my best friends. So she told her. Anyways, long story short, he started dating this girl a little bit, and
I think we went twice.
Out, yeah.
Twice.
Did you tell
Yeah,
Mom?
I told Mom.
No. Did you tell during that time?
I never went out without telling you.
What do you mean? You didn't tell me you were gonna go out with her.
Yeah,
I found
don't
out
go out behind her back.
through the grapevine.
No.
Well, yeah, I know.
That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
true.
yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Come on.
You did let me know.
I
Yes.
did.
Sorry. No, you didn't like cheat on me.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like,
no,
did he?
No. We kind of just. I don't know what he said. I don't remember.
know what
I have no idea. So then I was like, okay, fine. Whatever. Let's move on. Right. I really was fine, and I maybe shed a little tear, but I honestly am very.
It's okay to say you were
no,
sad.
but I was probably sad, and I just said, no, I'm not going to let this affect me. I'm better than that, right? And so, but then we were in this media class together, and he would always be on me, and it's like, and flirting with me, and then he'd say little things like he'd grab my face when we walked out of the class, and he'd say, "Oh, you're such a kukla." Kukla means doll in Macedonian. And so happens when he did that the one time, that girl walked by and saw that. So she started spreading rumors that I was chasing him when I literally was nothing to do with him. It was him, kept coming to me. So then fast forward, prom season, and this girl thought she was gonna go with Nick, but somehow things didn't, I don't know what happened, but he asked me, and then my friend heard her in the bathroom saying, it's that Rosemary, she's chasing him. And, in the meantime, not at all. And I had been asked to go to prom with other people. I had said no because I had this feeling he was going to ask, and I wanted
and you wanted to go with him.
Yes. And one of his best friends at that time, you know who?
Yeah.
One of his best friends at the time came to me and said, come on, Rosemary, you want to go with Nick. Because he knew people were asking, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, so he really wants to go. You guys, you like him and he likes you. So don't don't ruin things kind of thing, right? Anyways, we ended up going to his prom together. We ended up going to my prom together. And then at around 19, he got was it 19, honey? You could go ahead with your...
When I went,
you got your scholarship?
No, I just went.
Oh,
I played like minor pro hockey in the States, so I left for.
You didn't last that long there.
Yeah, but I went August, October, November, maybe 4 or 5 months.
So we were dating at that time. So he decided, I'm going to be away. It's far. It's too hard to have this long distance relationship. He said, I think it's best for now. We just I don't know. You didn't say be friends, but you kind of just, what did you say?
Well,
kind of?
Well, back then, it's not like you can FaceTime the person
No.
or like,
And I
you know, that
couldn't
you had
go.
cell phones and you could text
Yeah.
all the time. It was
No.
like, I'm literally not probably going to
Right.
send a
And
letter
I
that you're going to
wouldn't
get
have
in
been-
like
and
2
I
weeks.
wouldn't have been allowed to go see him
Yeah.
because my parents would never let me travel
No.
by myself there, right? So, yeah, so that was it. And then, you know, I started dating people. I don't know if he did, but then he came back home and he was offered, weren't you offered a scholarship somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, for hockey. But because he played professional,
He couldn't.
they took it away. It was really sad. Anyways, so I remember I was working in an office at that time, right out of school, and he calls me on the phone. He's like, you know, I really want to see you, and
And at this point, like you hadn't spoken in a long time.
I mean, we had spoken because he did write letters.
I wrote letters
Well,
to
he was
you.
there. He did
Really?
write. Yeah, he wrote letters.
Do you still have them?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Mom, shame
I
on
know.
you.
I don't know.
I don't
I'm not
know.
sure. I think.
In your brancaria there.
Yeah, maybe. Which means
It's like a chest.
Like a chest.
hope chest. Yeah. Anyways, like I'm jumping a lot, but just to get to the
Yeah.
point. So he's like, he literally said on the phone, "I know what I want, and it's you that I want."
Aw.
Right. So then we met up, and then from then on, it was like, you know, we were together full time kind of thing, right? So we both,
Prior to that moment of you kind of like coming back, did you say that you loved one another?
what did we say? That I don't even know.
But I knew when I came back, I said, like, this life's not, it was a tough life. It wasn't for me.
Like on the road and like
14 hours, 10 hours, 6. It was just, like, it was crazy.
Driving,
Like crazy.
traveling, yeah.
It was like, it was hard.
And you missed me.
Yeah, I did. I wrote to you all the time, you know, and I said, what kind of life is this, right?
yeah.
So I got to come back and get my shit together. So I came back, you know what, and then I went to school. That didn't work out. As soon as I got a job, I said, that's it. I'm ready to settle down, you know. And luckily, Mom was still around, you know. Otherwise, who knows what would happen? She could have she could have jumped many times.
Yeah.
You know? Because she was the anchor. Like she's the champ of champs, right? She was holding on. Like,
my mom my mom would always say to me,
I was lucky.
I know why you're not getting serious with anyone, because I would date people.
Yeah.
And it's because Nick is in your heart. Nick, she would say, Nick is the one you want. And I'd say, no, I'm fine.
Yeah. But really.
But really, yeah.
Yeah.
In my heart of hearts, it was him, yeah.
Yeah. The whole
I
time.
knew
I knew his mom too from grade 10 when it was. I said, this is the one.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're young and then
Yeah,
It
well,
was-
it's okay. We had to have, like, I think it was good for both of us because I saw different people and I knew that wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't have questions in my head too,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah.
You know, you were both raised very differently in terms of like your parents, my grandparents, your parents are the best.
Really?
But you were raised differently, like because your parents, mom, I'm looking at you, met you because your dad was very much chasing after your mom.
Yeah, yeah.
And
He
you
wrote a
know,
love song.
yes, he
Yeah.
was super romantic.
Still is.
Yes,
Yeah.
over the top.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yes, yes.
So you grew up with kind of that demonstration of like what
for
love
sure.
is.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Whereas like for you, Dad, your parents had almost an arranged marriage. Like they didn't.
Not almost.
It
It
was.
was.
It was.
By picture.
So tell that story because I think this concept is like is really interesting that a lot of people wouldn't know.
So when my dad was here, he came when he was like 15, 16 and tried school, couldn't speak very much English and didn't work out. So just started working. And then, you know, he grew up in the city. It was hard he was an immigrant, you know. And
My parents too, though.
it was tough.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy being an immigrant in the, you know, the 50s. So anyways, my grandfather had a business. My dad worked with him. And then eventually my dad went and got a job. But my mom's older sister, I don't know if she knew my grandmother, but my grandmother said, oh, I have a son. And my aunt said, oh, I got a sister. And then all they did was show pictures and they were both like really good looking, like not, my dad was a good looking, like he looked like Elvis Presley.
Yeah, he did.
And my mom looked like,
She's a babe
yeah,
too.
she was smoking too. So, you know what, just by pictures, never met, never spoke, nothing. Then she came to Canada and they hooked up, and I'm not sure how long after she came that they got married, but I don't think it was much longer, you know.
And so growing up, like, did you know that story, like, about them, or you just never really, like, questioned?
No, I think that, well,
Because what's really interesting is in this arranged marriage, they were, like, so in love all the time. Like, Baba, which we refer to as grandmother, and him, like, also were, like, always, like, yes, they would bicker and, be on each other, but you could tell it was from, like, an endearing, such a loving place that, like, I don't know, for you as a kid, if you ever thought, like, twice about that.
No, I know that
Knowing.
they didn't, they never fought and never swore,
No.
nothing like that. They were always, my dad was a tough man, but I know he was like a softie too. He's mush,
Yeah.
And your mom knew how to handle him.
Yeah.
She stayed quiet when she
needed to, yeah.
Like, so she's very smart, but that made him just love her more.
Right.
Because she knew when he was like an edgy day or whatever, just, you know what, you got to know each other, right? You got to know when to back off and when, you can say something kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for sure. When they found out about Mom, what did they say to you? Or when did you kind of tell your parents about that you were, like, very serious?
Mom came over to the house when you were
15.
16, yeah, 15.
And they
they loved
for
it
sure
from day
loved me
one.
from
That
the
was
get-go. I could tell. Like, it was
She
so
was
obvious.
in, I was out.
Yeah.
You're out,
Yeah.
she's in. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was no
Oh,
question. There was
Yeah.
no question.
They loved her
Yeah.
from day one.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
And Mom, your brother was the one who was super protective and had a problem with Dad because he was just protective over
He
you.
was just protective of
Yeah,
me.
not because he didn't like you.
No, he didn't
Not
even know
even
him.
know me.
Yeah.
He
Really.
didn't
Yeah.
know him. He's 5.5 years older.
Yeah.
He had heard some rumors, and didn't like what he heard. It was wrong. Oh, yeah. Shouldn't say who. Okay. Anyways, I mean,
Your neighbor.
Yeah. Anyways, so he actually said to my dad, if you let her date this guy, then I want nothing to do with anybody. And he stuck to that until our wedding day.
No way.
Yes.
So, Dad,
was
did you
hard.
ever say anything to him? Did you
No.
try, like,
He was-
extra
he was
hard, or
so
you just kind
respectful.
of respected the
Yeah.
space? It
I
was
I didn't, you know what? He was older. I didn't,
He didn't say a word. He just respected
I just
it, and
kind of
that was
stayed
it.
back. And I
Yep.
wanted, because that last thing I wanted was any kind of confrontation. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah, and now they're best friends. Like,
Yeah.
this
love
is
each
so
other
hard for me to
Yeah.
understand
But
because,
it's because
you're
he was so protective.
Yeah.
And he was worried that I was with the wrong person. He didn't know Dad. That's the truth. And you shouldn't go by all these rumors, but he trusted the person that told him. And, Dad was a little bit of a bad boy in high school. So bad boy, not bad, but like compared
he was like
to
the
me,
jock.
but compared
Kinda.
to me, I didn't
You were both
smoke
the
or drink or
quintessential.
do
Yeah,
anything.
you were
My
like the
brother
cool.
didn't
You were
smoke or
Danny
drink.
Zuko
Yeah.
in Greece, is what you were,
Exactly.
Okay,
and you were
take it
Sandra
easy.
D. Mom.
So
Take it
true.
easy.
It's true.
Literally, those
Yeah.
are who you guys were.
And that's the thing is like, so he wanted me with, like somebody like him that was so clean cut, my brother, right? He didn't
Yeah.
drink and smoke, nothing, right? So that wasn't, so, it was just, he just assumed, because he never knew him. Like I said, he didn't know his friends. He didn't know anything about him.
Nothing.
No,
No,
he
he
never
was
talked
5
to him.
years
So
older.
it was
He
by
didn't know.
rumor or word of mouth, right? From somebody who was also brought up like my brother. So
Mm-hmm.
it's that mentality.
mentality,
which,
yeah, for
he
sure.
really regretted after. And
Of
and
course.
I mean, like how close they are.
Yeah,
We're besties.
you
now.
guys are best buds. Yeah, it's so funny.
And my brother loves him probably more than me.
That's really sweet.
So, and you, forget it, you love him more
I
than
love
anything.
him.
I know.
Yeah, he's the
a
best.
gem.
You'll do anything for him.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Dad, when did you ask Mom to marry you, and when did you kind of like know that you were going to do it? How did you go about doing it? Tell me the story.
You know what?
You knew from the get-go.
As soon as I quit school and I started working full time, I said, "That's it. I'm ready to settle down," and start saving my money. I was working hard, lots of hours, and it was tough. It was in a factory, a Goodyear, where my dad worked. So it was good, right? We didn't work. I didn't work with my dad. I was a totally different department, but it was a hard work, man, tough. And anyways, I said to myself, I said, I'm ready to settle down. I think I was 23. I think you were only 21,
Well,
20.
Yeah, when we got 21 when we were engaged.
Engaged, yeah.
Yeah, and then we got married a year-ish later.
Yeah. And like I said, as soon as I finished school, I quit school. I said, I started working. I said, I need to just settle down.
As soon as he decided, like, kind of said that in his head, like, literally, we were together every single night. Like, either ate at my house or I ate at his house.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Like, yeah, and I mean, not that he could go out with whoever he wanted, but we wanted to always be together, right?
All the time.
Yeah.
But how did you propose?
Oh, I took her to the park.
Yeah. So it's where
Our junior high school.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because you asked me out officially as a boyfriend and girlfriend there.
Yeah, to go around.
Right, to go around. That's what you asked
That
me.
term, I can't.
So he brought me back there to ask me. We actually had gone out for dinner and had like a night out one night. We were supposed to, but the ring wasn't ready. You were going to ask me that night. I remember you told me.
Did you know it was coming?
I had a feeling it was.
Well,
Was he acting weird or like
No,
no?
not at all.
No, because we had to, Mom wanted a certain kind of style, right? So,
Did you ask her what she wanted?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I gave him an idea of what I wanted, and he went to the jeweler that I liked, and so I knew it was coming when I didn't know. Right?
Got it.
And at that time, like, you're not going to date somebody unless you think this is who I'm going to marry. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of relationship, right? Like intimacy too, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it was different. It was just different then. So, anyways, then. So that was at the junior high, like it's a park. And so he got down on one knee and, proposed, right? So,
That's cute.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was super nice.
Were you crying? Were
No.
you?
Was I crying? I don't
think
remember.
so.
My memories are really bad. I feel
No,
like
I don't think she was crying.
don't
Maybe
think
now she's crying. But back then she wasn't crying.
now I cry every day. No, I think I was just really happy. And then we went to tell her parents.
And then came my brother, and then came me.
Yeah.
You're unexpected. Thomas
Yes.
was not, you said never planned, but we were trying.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, we knew we were going to have a second, but you came like
whoa.
we literally risked one time and not even thinking, I would get pregnant for sure, right? And it didn't matter, I guess. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I think it was like 2 or 3 months in. I'm like I started not feeling good in the morning, but I kind of just chalked it up to, oh, well, whatever. And then I started throwing up. I'm like, I think I better go in for a test, right? So, and then the doctor called and said, oh, like, you're pregnant, right? I'm like, no, I'm not. She's like, yes, you are. Are you happy about this? I go, yeah, no, I am. I was just shocked, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's great. And we didn't know what we were having with either you or your brother. So it was a nice surprise, because we had a boy. So, and then you came, a little girl, and you were like the perfect baby. They call unicorn baby. You were so easy.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
you had something sticking out of your head, Dad. That's where your unicorn baby was.
No,
When you got medic, it was like this, shoop.
Yeah. You had the perfect little face, and the labor and delivery was so easy with you. My recovery.
Well, that's when I had to call the doctor.
Well, yeah, you came out quick, but I mean, the pain was like for a few minutes.
Because
and
it
then
was like,
you almost came out
Well,
without a doctor there.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, God.
I was like, okay, it's check to see how much is dilated. So I take a peek. I'm like, holy shit, half the head's out. I run out of the room, right? I'm like, excuse me.
But the nurse is like, you got lots of time. He's like, no.
I think something's happening real fast here. We had to like vamoose a little bit.
And
then they came in. It was like,
no, they're telling me to hold on because the doctor wasn't available. He was delivering twins next door. So then, anyways, once I got in, he just made it, and you just came right out. And my recovery was so easy because I had such a hard time with your brother.
Yeah, that was a tough
but
one.
you were so easy. It was easier to have 2 children because at that point, your brother was such a good kid.
Yeah.
And he was a toddler, like 2, just over 2, but he was a really good 2-year-old. He was 2 years, 4 months. And you were an angel. Like, you ate and slept. Like, I had to wake you up to eat, and you were a really good baby. You ate and slept like all the way through.
So how did kids kind of change the dynamic or impact your relationship? Because you had been together. Often people aren't together as long as you have been
Right.
before they have kids.
Yeah.
Were you guys kind of like,
Yeah, but
you know?
we weren't allowed to, like, I wasn't allowed to travel with him. or
No,
go
you
away
guys
for a
had- yeah.
weekend. So we never did any of that. We had kids within a year and a half of after getting married. Do I regret it? No, I don't. Would I have done it different? Maybe I would now in hindsight, but I don't regret it because I was
Yeah.
a young mom and I was I was really lucky. We had our own business at that time. So with Thomas, I went back to work, but when I put him to bed, because we had a restaurant that was open late, and I would do the bookkeeping and stuff. And then once you came, I just did the bookkeeping from home, and I did other things from home, as you know, side businesses. But it was all my hours, so I was lucky enough to be there for you guys. And so, how did it change? I mean, at that point, Dad was working a lot, yeah, so it was a little hard because I was raising you guys alone almost through the infant stage and everything. But then once your brother was at a certain age, like, he took on hockey teams and coaching. And I guess our lives probably got more consumed with both of you, but that was our joy, and we had a partnership where, like we agreed on, like I know a lot of parents might not want their son in hockey or daughter in hockey or whatever. But like we basically followed what you guys wanted, so we were on the same page all the time. So we didn't. I mean, I don't really recall too many arguments at all.
No.
Do you ever recall us arguing? Like,
No,
truthfully,
I really don't.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is because you had the foundation of like understanding, I guess, and the communication that you both like, you just both understood what was needed, like, or what you
think
wanted to give
we grew
to.
together too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes,
and my
sometimes
mom,
that may, go ahead, sir.
No, and like, Mom never grew up doing sports and stuff like that.
Right.
She had a bad floor hockey injury.
Oh, stop.
That's for another
That was
podcast.
basketball.
That's for
I broke
another.
my finger in
Oh,
basketball.
jeez.
Okay, that's for another podcast. Anyways, but I played sports, every sport you could think of. I tried, and I thought, you know what?
And you were very talented. You're very athletic and,
Yeah,
and
I used
did
to
everything.
watch.
refined.
I
Yeah.
used to go cheer him on.
And so I was all in on sports, and then mom, and with Thomas, and when you were born, and with figure skating and dance, so she was all in too. So it was like we're like all in, invested in both of you.
Yeah, we had the
to
same
try and,
mentality. I got books like Figure Skating for Dummies
Yeah.
and Dance for Dummies, so I would learn.
Yeah.
So I knew whatever you were doing,
So
I
we
was on the right
we
page.
weren't like
yeah.
being pulled like because why are we going here? We enjoyed like
yeah.
I loved coming to see you skate, dance. Mom loved coming to see Thomas
Yeah,
play. And that's what
Until
that
a
was.
certain age.
Yeah, until it got a little rough, and then it wasn't so much fun. But it was always a family affair thing.
So this communication that you guys had, do you think that you had this before you got married, or was this kind of like something that developed after you had kids?
I think we always had the communication.
Yeah.
eh?
I think, like you said, we were so young, we just kind of
Grew together and understood each other. Yeah.
That's what I think.
It doesn't happen all the time. It's very
I know,
rare.
like a
Yeah.
lot. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like I think.
It's our personalities too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very laid back too.
Yeah.
And I also, I can't be bothered to argue for silly things. I just,
And I just don't care.
yeah. It's just,
Not that I care about Mom.
No,
I
no,
just
no,
care
I know,
about
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Like things don't bother. Like money.
Like if I wanted,
money,
if I wanted
you know?
to go buy something, like money was never an issue. Like it was
Right. And for in many relationships and in many, that's like a common
It is.
reason,
Yeah.
And I mean, if I wanted to buy something, even if we were low on cash, Dad would say, "Go ahead, do what you want." Like, so I never had to ask permission or like, and he vice versa, because we trusted, we're not going to go blow whatever all our savings on whatever some nonsense thing, right? Like we had the same goals and this we knew what our life was like to provide the best that we could for you guys,
If you had to pick a moment in your relationship that was challenging, that you did learn something new about one another, what would you say that was?
Maybe when the businesses weren't doing so well, I didn't say it ever put a strain on a relationship.
No, but it was stressful for us.
It was stressful,
but not that we argued.
Yeah, I listen. At the end of the day, I don't want Mom to get stressed about anything.
Yeah,
Right?
so he didn't tell me some things for sure.
I didn't say, but
Yeah.
I dealt with
Because you were protecting. You were like, I'm going to handle this. I'm not going to offload this.
Everything's going to be fine. Just
And he,
and
he,
everything.
everything was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it was tough, but like, I trusted in him, and I also, he's not the type of man to give up and walk away from a hard situation. So that's a huge thing that, we're so blessed, even you as a child, because a lot of dads would have just up and went. It would have been easier because it wasn't easy, right?
For sure.
To pull ourselves back up, it was a long road.
Well, not only that, we just had no idea. Like, I think, like...
Yeah, you guys, we didn't even let you know sometimes.
No, it's not like you
And
ever said,
trust me,
you can't play this anymore, you can't do this.
No,
It was like...
No, we didn't do that. Well, I would do those side gigs that would cover most of that, right? But it's not, and obviously you were taking care of everything else. But, I mean, we wouldn't have let that happen. I would have done whatever I had to do to make
that wasn't an option.
Yeah, like your lives could not change. Like I'm not saying we weren't extravagant, we weren't fancy people, but we didn't want you guys to feel the impact of what was actually, going on at that time, right?
I think a lot of people, and actually, to be honest, you can look around at the people that you know where there's a lot of divorce in your age group. Like there's a lot.
And almost
a lot of people,
Yeah.
majority of your friends are no longer with their,
And
original
relatives,
partner. And so like, what do you think was it that you guys have kind of like stuck it out that made you stay
Well, Dad's like
together?
a part of me. I've been with him so long that it's like I can't do life without him. You know what I mean? I mean, we've been together more than we.
Mom's. I always say, she's the foundation, the backbone of the family.
And
Mom
you're a
is-
backbone too.
You
though.
know what? I'm like the cartilage or the rib. But you're the vertebrae. You're the thing that holds everything together.
Yeah.
100%. I don't care what anybody says. You're the vertebrae.
But I have
You
the
hold
support.
everything. You do.
You support me.
Yeah,
right?
I'm the
So-
cartilage. I told you. But you're the one who's keeps everything. Yeah, honey, you did it. Listen, not because we wanted to, but we're young. Our family's growing. They're in sports. Wasn't easy. Wasn't cheap. But I had to work, and then these kids we have are
They're a product of both of us. I can't say
yeah,
that.
but a lot is you. A lot of you.
I think both.
Yeah, I think they have.
The
my
craziness is
my
you
character- yes,
100%,
100%.
from both of them.
From both-
1,000%.
They both have
because I'm a very serious person, as you know. The crazy comes from Dad.
I don't think it's crazy. I think it's passion.
Okay, that's true, which is a good thing.
It's passion, right?
That's what I like to say.
That's the polite way to say it.
Exactly.
Yes.
What would you say, Mom, is your the thing that you love the most about Dad?
Well, his heart. He's huge. He's so considerate of everybody, and will do anything for anybody, especially, like all my family. You're gonna make.
Aww.
Because it's true. You do so much for my parents. I need it right now. And I appreciate that so much. I know they're your parents because, like I said, his parents are my parents because we were together. So I grew up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Pops, he was difficult sometimes, but he was the best guy. We lost him. How many years now, hon?
No, 13.
And he was like another dad to me because we grew up together and he loved me so much. And, I was his, I don't want to say his favorite, but I think his favorite over his own kids.
Over his own kids.
That's for sure.
I know how much love he had for me and you guys. But anyway, so we feel like that's the thing is we just like will do anything for each other's
Yeah.
families. Like, I mean, there are families, but you know what I mean. Anyways, and that doesn't come by. Like, he could be dead tired, and he's like, and if I can't do something, if I'm being pulled in another direction, he'd be like, I'll go bring your parents' food tonight. Like, and he's exhausted. He's worked 14 hours, been up since 3 a.m, and he was still wholeheartedly, happily, with no complaints. Never complains. That's a huge thing. I am a bit of a complainer, and because sometimes when I'm overtired, I kind of just shut down, and I'm like, I'm so tired. Where he doesn't say a word, right? But yeah, so.
And what about you, Dad?
I don't have time to get tired, Dad. You know what? Like I said, I'm the most blessed man in the world. I have a beautiful family, you know, and my family is extended family too, from my brother and my sister-in-laws and my brother-in-law, and like I don't call my mom's parents my in-laws. I call them mom and dad. That's what they are.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? I have a great set of friends. I'm blessed. Like, people would die for my life because what I have, right? And I
it's
I
not
never
about-
take for granted any day, because what you have today you might lose tomorrow, right? But I am so blessed that the people I have in my life, you know, and it keeps me going. That it gives me energy. I like, you know, if I can be there, do something to help somebody, I feel so good about what I do, you know?
What do you love the most about Mom?
Mom, I just love Mom's. Mom's got the biggest heart in the world. She doesn't sometimes show it, but I know that she has the biggest heart in the world. Sometimes, you know, like I show it more. Mom has it, but if she expresses it, she's the greatest woman I'll ever know. She is unbelievable.
Thanks.
You are.
Is this for TV?
This is never for TV.
I know, and I love it.
You know, I tell you I love you every time.
I know.
Every time I talk to you, text you,
Yeah.
whatever, it's always
Yeah.
I love you.
So that's what I was going to ask. So what do you think is like the secret to like a happy, healthy relationship and marriage?
I mean, I don't know if there's a real secret. Just keeping up the communication. I know everybody says that, so it's so cliche. I don't even know.
But I think people say it for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's what does communication even mean? Like, what does that
Well,
mean?
that's the
Does that
thing,
mean you
like-
have to talk all the time?
Yeah.
Does that
No.
mean you make appointments to sit down with another and
No,
like
no.
check in with your
No, no.
feelings? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people communicate differently.
Well,
That's
we
why.
communicate throughout the day also. Like,
Yeah.
how's your day going? Like,
Yeah.
well, listen, I work from home. So literally, I start at 8 o'clock. My phone goes off at
Yeah.
8 o'clock every morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I was
Nick.
living with you guys, I was like, oh, it's time.
Yes, Nick.
Good morning.
So then we just check in when he's coming home. He calls
Yeah.
me to let me know he's coming home, even though I know he's coming home at that time. He's got to call me. I'm on my way home. I know you are. I'm about no nonsense. And then if he stops by my mother-in-law's, and like, you know, I'm at Mom's now. How you doing? Okay, hon. I'm still working. I'm busy. Even though it's past my work time, I'm working late. And, you know, but anyways, no. So like we're checking in. Something's bothering us. We're upset about something. We talk to each other about it. I mean, I can tell him anything, and I know it'll stay between us if that's what I want, or if I need him to talk to one of you, he'll do that. You know, when I've kind of lost for words, or vice versa, like, you know, we tag team each other, and I think we have the same kind of thought process, you know, of how things should be, right? It's not that common. I'm not gonna lie. It's not easy to find.
It's not. And I mean, you look at, like, I know, like, my brother found love. Like, yeah, he had a couple of heartbreaks, but it wasn't like I think he found his person quickly, like
1000%.
a lot quicker than even most of his
Thanks
friends.
to you.
Yeah, thanks to me. Even more than his friends, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, and then me, and then there's me, who's had
Yes.
a bit of a longer, difficult journey
Yes,
in
it has
finding
been
the
a tough
person.
one.
But like, you know, what do you think is I don't want to say like the problem with how people are today, but I mean,
I don't think
why do you think it's not like it was when you guys were kids
Well,
and
because
in
don't
love?
forget, we met so young, and we grew together. We had the same values and morals. We came from the same kind of upbringing. Because when you said we came from different upbringing, yes, it was different because they were more sports oriented. But the same morals and values, family.
Okay.
I think that's the number one thing that you have to match in, and not mismatch, right? Anyways, that's the number. I think that's the number one thing that will help carry you through. And that goes to money as well. Money, if you're like a money hungry person, then you should be with a money hungry person, to be quite honest, because you have to have that same thought process.
Right.
Where we don't really care. Like, of course, I like nice things, and I want a roof over my head, and I want my kids, to have a good life. Does that mean they have to be driving a Porsche and wear Louis Vuittons? No. For me, that doesn't mean that. For Dad, that doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
So, great if, you build that kind of life for yourself. We're so happy, and we're going to give you all the tools to be successful. But we didn't need that to be happy, the two of us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we were blessed.
It's like asking your partner or yourself, like, what do you need to be happy?
Right.
Do you need to trust? Do you need to be
Yeah.
honest? You need to
Of course.
prioritize certain things.
Yeah.
Money,
And
yeah.
whether it be like money, family, friends.
But to be honest, like, we worked so
Travel.
hard. Well, we had 3 jobs before we got married. So we had a huge down payment. Houses then, our first house was $140,000, 2,400 square feet in a beautiful neighborhood. So we're not dealing with the stresses as well that you guys are dealing with now.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then when we had to deal with that stress, I think we had the foundation of love and respect that we
get
were
through
able
that.
to deal with it. Maybe if it happened when we were younger, maybe we wouldn't have been able to deal with it. I think we would have, but not too many people would have. But even at our age, like other people who were dealing with the same situation in the business aren't together today. There's only one person who they think like us and are like us, that are still together and still went through all of that, right?
Yeah.
So, but, right?
Yeah, you know what? Just like you said, like Mom said too. Sometimes the most smallest things are ballooned to major things.
Yeah.
When you're not looking at the real,
Important.
The bigger
important
picture,
thing.
like looking at the bigger
What's the
picture
big-
of things.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
why we arguing about this little, say, stupid, which I think could be stupid, but
Yes,
he doesn't
to
think. or
somebody
you don't-
else.
Yeah, it might not be. But you're arguing like, you have to sometimes step back and think, what's important in my life? Like, what are we? Why are we here? What are we doing?
Yeah, that's
for
a-
what?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are we here to become billionaires? Are we here to raise a nice family? Do we respect each other? Like, what are we here for? Like, you can't live like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
My number one thing when I was like a teenager, I really wanted to be married and have kids.
Yeah.
Like
That was your dream.
Was my most important thing that like really like what I think would make me happy. And I know that most people, and it's great to have a career, and I did have an education, and I did go to school, and I did get a job in my field, and then then we kind of side geared because he had his own business, but whatever, I adapted to anything I had to do. Yeah, and
You can
you're
do
like that
everything.
too.
I know. I was just
You're
gonna say,
like
I
the
get
jack
that
of all
from you
trades,
because
right?
you're able to.
Yeah.
You have a set of
I've
skills
had,
that you can
we've had
do all sorts
clothing
of things.
lines
Yeah.
and ladies' coats
Yeah.
and children's
You name it.
stuff, and you name it. I've done it and successful. They've all
Yeah.
been successful, and they just did their time. You know what I mean? As we get older, all we really care about is our family being healthy. Of course, we need finances to be okay, but I'm saying we don't need millions to be happy. Would it be a nice little thing to have a few million in there? Sure. But honestly, if I pray every night for my family and friends to be healthy. And I've never prayed to win a lottery or to win money because that's the thing. That's why I think we both feel like that. We just want happiness and health for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And our friends, of course, too, our family. That's what makes us happy. So I think having the mentality, and both of you being like that. Just, and like I said, I think we just grew. He taught me so much growing. Like he taught me to, you've had a couple of car incidences lately where I would have been crying in the past, like at your age or younger, and being really upset where Dad, anything ever happened, Dad's like, I don't care what it is. Are you okay? That's all that matters. Everything else doesn't matter. So don't worry about it. Money means nothing. His dad used to say that too. Like, don't worry about it.
I was going to say, where do you think you get that mentality
my parents
from?
would stress me with money.
Yeah.
Like they worry. It's not because of money, because, they work so hard.
Well, it's because of where they come from.
Yeah,
right.
but so did his parents.
Yeah.
They worked really hard. But it was just a different mentality where, like, my dad worried a lot. Now he doesn't, God bless him. In the last 20 years, he's calmed down, obviously, because he's in a good position. But like, back in the day, they would stress over, like, you had a car accident. It was like a fender bender, whatever. It was like a big deal. Like, where, what did I say to you on the phone? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Who cares? It is what it is. I mean, they weren't your fault, but that's not even the point. The point is it's fine. It's a car. Who cares? Right?
Dad, where do you think you got that mentality to kind of let it go? It's like, don't worry about it. You are really, really good at letting things go. I wish I could be more like you. I'm more like you, Mom, in that way, where I hold on to things. But Dad, like, you're really good at the reminder to, like, also let things go.
Well, Dad used to say, he says, you're going to make money, you're going to spend money, and you're going to blow money. When I mean blow, you're going to try different things, invest here, try different things, whatever. And, you blow it, right? You lose it, whatever. At the end of the day, you got your health and you're strong enough, you're going to work, you're good. You don't need anything else, So, and then, like I said, we got instilled at a young age, always work hard, and I see my dad did, worked hard, looked after the family, So he had twin boys playing hockey, That wasn't cheap back then.
Oh,
so,
yeah, no.
And he was just a factory worker. So, but you work overtime and this and that to get, so that me and my brother had an opportunity so we can play, live out our dreams, right? But, my dad, like I said, he spent his money, he blew some money, but at the end of the day, all he cared about was his family, and that's all that matters. They didn't care about nothing else.
When you guys see me and like my journey of like finding my person, how hard was it for you to, like, through the years, kind of watch people come in? Because you've always welcomed any boyfriend into our home. God bless you. Even when you probably shouldn't have, you most certainly have. But as parents, I totally now, as an adult, can understand how you want to support your kid and, like, and we're going to love this person as much as you love them, even if we don't. But at the same time, you're protective. And at the same time, then you're left to pick up the pieces because you know that this person isn't for me.
Yeah, it was tough. I'm not going to lie. I don't like to see you upset. I don't like to see you heartbroken. I don't like to see somebody mistreat you. It's very hard. So in front of you, I would play it very strong. But deep down, like in closed doors, I would be crying for you because I hurt for you. Not because of, I couldn't care less about the breakup. It was because I didn't want you to hurt. Because I think every decision you've made till now, I'm so proud of you, because most girls would just follow along because they'd want to be married and have their kids and blah, blah, blah. But you were so strong to walk away, like, and in a really, like, and the most recent, like, you already had a house and like, what do we tell you? Nicole, if you're not happy, who cares about the house? I'm sorry. But it's true. Like, I'm more proud of you for knowing, why would you want to be in a relationship that is not going to be a happy one? You could have stayed in a couple of them, but you wouldn't have been truly happy. And our goal, we've worked so hard. We want you to be happy. You don't need to be married right away to be happy. You don't need to be married to be happy. I don't, whatever you're going to be happy doing, that's what we'll support, you know? And I know that's what you want and goal, but it has to be with the right person. So for us, it was just hard to see you upset. It was hard but not that we cried over the guy, you know what I mean? And I think you made all the right decisions till now. So I don't think I know you made the right decisions. So
Thanks, Mom.
1,000%.
Thanks.
No doubt in my mind.
And Dad?
Dad, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was some of those guys were tough to shake hands and look at them, man. But you know what? And again, like Mom says, out of respect for you, I said, you know what?
Yeah,
Long as you were okay, because like I said, if you weren't good, I wasn't good, and you know, a few times it wasn't good, but I wasn't okay with that. But you know, they just, and those are the things that how you grew to be who you are, Dad, to be a stronger person.
Yeah.
To
That's what we're
have
so
that,
proud of.
You know, that personality now where you stand strong, you're confident, you every day you tackle the world every day. Whereas sometimes if you let them overtake you, like you don't have a chance to grow, you know. So they smother you. When you get smothered, you can't grow. So, you know, you've made it shows that you've made all the right decisions for who you are now. Because if you weren't, I don't think you'd be the person you are, Dad, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No one's going to be perfect, okay? Don't get me wrong.
For sure.
But you've got to feel happy. I mean, there's certain things that Dad and I are so different, like, you know, but that doesn't affect anything in our relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it
Or
does.
the
Like
love
you
we
said.
have for each other.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like to your core, and I think I've learned this the hard way and the long way, but I really, since the last, you know, breakup, I really had an understanding, like you said, of like where your morals and values have to be exactly the same, because then the differences that make you different people or characteristics or personalities doesn't matter.
Don't.
Like, yeah, people have quirks that's annoying or I don't like
Unless
to
you're
do that, say
abusive or
hobby or
something.
whatever.
Yeah.
But to your core, you want the same things in life and you
Right.
respect one another.
Right.
Then like all of the other stuff plays out and it works out.
Yeah.
It just does.
Yeah.
And I feel like I understand that now. If you had to give my, say, future husband a piece of advice in dealing with me, what piece of advice would you give him?
Don't criticize, make suggestions. Like, what do you think of this? And maybe if you did this, that would look really good. Do not criticize.
Yes, that's very true. I take things very hard.
Yeah, you're sensitive because
Yeah, very
you
sensitive.
do things with a passion. So you're very sensitive, even though it could be an outfit I don't like on you. It's not about you. It's the outfit that I don't like. But you take it personal, like you made that outfit. So I have to be very careful.
Because I put my heart and my thought and whole hope into it.
Yeah.
So that it means like, you know, I take it hard.
And really, truthfully, is more so like take care of her heart, because don't say something you'll regret, because Nicole will take those words will stay in her, because in your head forever. And if you say it, you obviously mean it. Like, I agree with that. So it came from somewhere, and
Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing.
right,
It's
and
like,
that hurts. Hurts her heart. So you can't take things back. So be careful. Like, don't say things you will regret.
yeah.
You?
Just respect her. Just, you know, don't,
Be her cheerleader, her number one cheerleader.
yeah, you know what? She's always busy doing stuff, and this is the life you're kind of like getting into a little bit. I mean, she always has time for you. I mean, respect her time and her career wishes and stuff like that, but she's always, listen, Dad, you have your career and you have your, let's say, the good Lord, you know, a husband, right? Your husband will always come before your career to make sure that everything is done at home and fine.
Right.
But he's got to respect the fact that, I you know what?
Still have a career and other
still have a
things.
career.
Yeah.
Don't take this away from me either. You know
Right.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you work too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got to love both parts.
Yeah. You know? And you know what? I think he does, you know?
Just putting it out there. I think so.
Putting it out there.
Thanks, guys, for coming on.
Well, thanks for
It's
having
our
us.
pleasure.
We'll see you soon.
Okay.
Dinner
Make it
tomorrow
up.
night. Your house. I'm
Yay.
sleeping over, actually,
sure it's
right?
not too long.
I hope so.